once a time, Ben Zed woke up and their bed disappeared. So, they got out of bed. Well, they got off the floor and they went outside. And then they looked at the door and now the whole house disappeared. So they went to Percy, but the factory wasn't there with all the
pick and mix shop.
With all the pick and mix.
The shop had disappeared.
Yeah.
So Percy the Peggahorn couldn't go to the pick and mix shop.
So they went to his house. And he was really upset.
I can imagine. No pear drops for Percy.
But his dad was the golden one. And his mum was the silver. So they were looking after him. And giving him some vegetables.
Not the same as pear drops.
Because he was very, very, very ill. So they went to the king and queen. They lost their chairs.
Oh dear.
So they had to go to the great kingdom called Flabberton. I don't know why it's called that, but they go to it and the horses have disappeared and they're cows.
Oh no.
So they're sort of mixed up into animals, which weren't the animals. And there was supposed to be ducks in the pond, but there was, what do you think? Horses.
No way.
And the ducks were the sheep, and the sheep were the pigs, and the pigs were nothing. So it was just a really weird day. So they went back home, and I looked. I saw Percy. And they were like, "Why are you in our house?"
What did he say?
He said, "I'm trying to find some pear drops in your garden." And then he was like, "I can't find any though."
Oh dear.
And then Ben Zed said, "Which we didn't grow pear drop. They had to buy them." And Percy was very upset, but we looked after them. So we went to Percy's house, and there was a couple of pear drops leading to the pear drop house. So he went there, but it was just sweets, not anything else. Not a pear drop. So he got some other sweets, but he only liked one of them.
Which one?
The Super Mario. Super gobstopper.
Oh. Did that stop him chattering so much?
And then Ben Zed took him to the King and Queen's palace. But then he turned in to a dragon.
No. But he's a Peggahorn.
Yeah, but he lost his powers because it was a
Because he
dragon.
didn't drink, because he didn't eat pear drops. So Percy the Peggahorn only stays a Peggahorn if he eats pear drops.
Yep.
From the pick and mix shop.
And Ben Zed was so scared. They went back home. But Percy was there. But Percy was a dragon. So it was a bit weird, because they didn't know which Percy was a dragon, and Percy was there. So he could have, swapped over when they go in and out.
Is it a bit like the mixed up animals?
So there's sort of two Percys.
Percy the Peggahorn, Percy the Dragon.
But Percy's dad came over, and he was a horse.
Oh no.
So Percy was bigger than his dad.
How weird.
So Percy tried to fit in his house, but he was too big.
He was too big, yeah.
So he went to Ben and Zed's house, but they run off because they were so scared of Percy. And he was so upset because he wanted some friends. So Percy, he went to find some friends, but there was no luckiness.
No.
So
No luckiness.
when he tried to poke his head in the house, he set fire to the house.
Because he coughed?
Because
Sneezed?
he ate some gobstoppers.
Oh, because of the gobstopper.
And then he followed some pick and mix things,
Mm.
and he found the pick and mix shop.
Had he gone somewhere else?
It was in Scotland when he lived in York.
Oh dear.
So he had to run and fly all that way for just a pick and mix.
But no pear drops? Or did they have pear drops?
They had pear drops.
Did he become a pegahorn again?
A half dragon, half pelican. Then he ate one more. And then he was a pickenhorn. So Ben Zed, he didn't know where they were.
No, because they'd run off.
Because they did run off. But now they turned into the king and queen.
No way.
And the king and queen has turned into Ben Zed.
Oh dear.
So the king and queen are exactly the same, but they do what Ben Zed do. And the Ben Zed is exactly the same, but they do what the king and queen do. So it's a bit confusing now, because everything with Percy is right, but everything with Ben Zed is not. So they went to their mum and dad's house. But, well, their house, because, and then they saw their self. So they shook hands, and then they disappeared into Percy's pegahorn dad's brain.
Oh no.
And they saw the stuff which is making him mad into a horse.
Okay, did they fix it?
They had to pull some bones out, but it was okay. And he went like this, and then it was fine. But there's one thing wrong. Do you know what that is?
No.
When Ben Zed went to Percy, they turned into a pegahorn.
Oh. Is that because they ate pear drops?
No.
No?
They don't like pear drops.
Ben and Zed don't like pear drops. Neither of them.
And Percy turned into Zed.
Oh no. Is somebody going to come along and put it all right again?
And then
What happened? Go on, tell me. Was it all a bad dream?
Came.
Was it Bob the Fairy?
No.
Oh.
It was Matilda the fairy.
No, I wondered where Matilda was going to come in.
So she put everything back to normal, except for one thing.
What?
The horses were still cows.
Oh dear.
So Jack Frost came.
Oh no!
And
Who
the
knew?
princess. And the princess got the horses back to the cows, but Jack, he put the pick and mix shop back where it is.
And did they have pear drops?
Yep.
Lots of pear drops. So Percy had enough pear drops. Cool. Did somebody put the bed back?
Yep.
Yep.
They did everything they had to. So then they went back and everything was normal. So they went to bed and said, that was a very, very scary day. Goodbye.
Bye.